Hello, everybody. All right. Today on the We'll Fix It team, we had some fun shenanigans last night on a live we did with David and Callie, just kind of waving a hand at everybody and just filling the inner zones with this with the love of fixing things and everything else involved. We love God, we love people, we love the people that watch this channel because the fact that you helped support this helps support a way bigger movement. Anyhow, what we're working on today is this '01 Lincoln Town Car. We're going to be putting a window motor in it. The cables have given out, so it's going like you hear it when you hit the window switch. Nothing's moving, and you can just grab the glass and pull up and down. And things have changed a lot in these cars. In case you're an old schooler and you're like, "Well, I'm gonna do this myself," but you can. This is a doable job. They just changed how the regulators work. It's not a mechanical arm and a gear like it used to be. It's got a cable and little tracks and little pulleys and all the fun stuff that just breaks right away. And let me just give you a rundown on pulling this door panel. This one here, let's see, get over here. So I've already got this off, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. The main deal is, and this car has been worked on by many people before I've gotten my hands on it, so it has its standard issues. There is a screw right here that's kind of hidden by the carpet. It's got a little spacer that's supposed to be attached to it. This panel's been off so many times, it's kind of not in the best of shape. And I think the dude, when the window messed up, he tried to kind of like get in on it and try to do whatever. So it didn't fare out so well. But usually, this is a lineup tab. These would have clips. Matter of fact, I'll show you in the door where one of them's still kind of hung in there. That's another place that would have been in and clipped in, but basically, this panel will go back on and kind of be just on the best we can get it on. That's kind of how we're at the point we're at. But to properly remove that, you would get a pair of long needle nose pliers that are they're long. I'll give you an example of the length, the ones I like to use, because you can really get in behind the door panel. And if you'll get behind the clip, like right behind the clip, these are rather long. You can get an idea what that is. That's probably 2 foot. You can get behind each one of these clips. And I'll get on a creeper, guys. I'll lay down on the ground and take my pin light and I'll shine up through the bottom of the door panel so I can see where the little pieces are. But once you remove the little Phillips screws that would be in the front of this panel right here, all right, then you can kind of get a little bit of a peekaboo inside where these are, and you want to get your pliers right behind that there, and you just give it a little pop. Not you don't want to go so far that you push the door panel away and see all these were pulled out. I wasn't me that done that. You get behind it up here and you pop that out, and while the panel's on, and just sort of work your way around. Now, there's also one other little hidden screw section. The main deal is getting this little your handle. Look at this. Somebody's kind of, but the handle fits in right in here. Well, up underneath, if you look you can see there's a little Phillips screw here and there's a little Phillips screw here. When this is in here, you would take those out. Then this comes out. Then right in the front, you have a Phillips screw and then a Phillips screw. And you'll take those out, and then you can already pull this switch up. You start from right here because there's a tab at the corner. You start at the front and you just pop the switch up. You get to all the connectors. Then you can remove the door panel. The door panel will pop off of there in that process. Being very careful. Then you're going to encounter a couple other little doodads. I needed to get this up, so I just removed just enough stuff so that I could peel this loose carefully. And I'll use a little weather stripping adhesive and glue that back. But I took the speaker off first, and then I think that was it. And I just pulled that up. And now you'll encounter these pop rivets. You've got this track's got to come out. So I'll go ahead and just pull this piece of rubber off, and it just pulls up. There it is right there. It'll just pull up. I grab this corner and just pick it up, and it'll slide out of the way. Then I have a little wedge of wood that I'll put in here to hold the glass up, because the glass is no longer attached to the track anymore. And I've got to find my little wooden block. I've got a wooden block that's tapered. It's probably on the other workbench. We'll get there in a minute. We'll just keep this video short. The next step, once you get the glass secured in place, which I've gotten ahead of myself a little bit here, and that's no problem. But I use a small punch. Here's just a punch that's that same diameter as the little metal studs that would stick in here. Then you'll knock those out. You'll push them through. Same thing right here. because the window motor is riveted in, and so is part of the regulator right here. It bolts in at the top. There's two 10mm bolts right on the top there. Here's the punch that I used. And it was just, flat end, and it would, it's able to fit inside this hole. And I just knocked the little center studs out that are steel, because the aluminum itself the rivet itself is aluminum. And then what I'll do then is I'll take a drill bit, and I'll probably go next size up from this. This is what was in the drill already. And I'll just drill in enough, and I'll do it. Let me just give me 1 second here. We'll get fired up on the drill. So, got our drill bit in the drill. Now, guys, I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to, say, this is how you tighten up the drill chuck, because I see so many people that don't do this. But you need to hit every hole. Really. You need to tighten that hole. You'll see there's 3 holes on this chuck. Right, there's one there, one there. And there's a reason for that, guys. Each one of these little cogs, or each one of these teeth, have a groove, a slot cut in them in a groove. And this has a threaded shaft. And when you turn this, it pushes these up. And this thing right here doesn't always center. And if you just hit this one hole right here, there's a good chance that these two right here haven't completely tightened yet. And then you'll get an instance where you'll start spinning the drill on your drill bit, and then you wear your dogs down on this where it clamps on your bit. And because there's kind of a knife edge there that grips the bit, and so as soon as this thing starts to spin on the drill, this thing is probably not in that good a shape anymore. So to make sure you don't ruin a nice good drill, it's always a good idea to to tighten here each hole. I know that's a little bit of TMI, and but that's a chuckless drill are okay as long as you're not drilling heavy steel, But so basically, we're just going to go from the inside of this rivet. I'll put my foot against. I'll kind of open the door, and I give myself there and put my knee against it, and then we'll And then you'll just do that till you'll drill the center of the rivet out, which this drill bit needs to be sharpened, apparently. There we go. I see it spin, so I'll show you what I'll do next. I'll use a flat punch after that and knock these out the rest of the way. Next one. That's fine if they spin, because you can just take a flat punch. So then the next step will be just take a flat punch and I'll knock down on these. I'll need both hands to do it. Okay, so we've got our camera set up here. You can kind of see, I'll just take it. There we go. So, I don't know how well you can see. So at the top up here, if I can get this thing in sight. Yeah, there we go. Pays to have your little magnet there handy. Now remember, guys, I don't know if you can see at the top there. That's hard, but I've got a little block of wood, and it's right there. You see where my fingers are. That little tapered block of wood is keeping the window up. If you don't have that in there, things can happen. So the next step will be let this down some. I'm gonna have to get the rivets out the window part. We'll find a spot where we can get access to that right there. And, as you can see, there's a section. So there's a rivet there holding the window in, and a rivet right there. Well, carefully, we're going to take our punch and drive that out. We don't want to beat it to death. We don't want to break the window. The windows are pretty tough, though. Let me see if I can. We'll take a rag. We're going to be careful with it. Oh, I knocked our camera over, guys. Thanks for sticking through that there technical glitch. Yeah, okay. All right. There we go. There's the back part out, and I'm using this rag behind her to kind of dampen me hitting the I won't be so fortunate right there. Let me find something to stuff in there. Just so I can use both hands. I'm gonna put something behind this glass here just to kind of dampen what we got going on there. I'm just, like I said, knocking the center part out of these rivets. I'm not hitting like super hard. I just want to hit hard enough to get that rivet to come through. We're almost there. This punch is a little bit fat for what I'm doing, but it'll work. We got the other center rivet part out. Same thing, we'll drill. Not our fingers. Get hit good sideways right there. We should be. Be careful because we are working with some glass in there. Try to the rivet turns, it does add a level of difficulty. We'll just keep. You'll wear the aluminum down where it'll. not as bad as it looks if you're just careful. Like I said, I've got a rag behind the glass to kind of dampen what I'm doing here. Just getting the end of it to come off. That was a good thing. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll dig those little pieces out once we get the window out of here. I'm probably gonna pull the glass out of this thing just to give me enough room to get this, try to get this track part out. So let's see if I can. We'll loosen some stuff down here. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. There's another little piece over here we'll loosen up. Let's see my camera. So yeah, you can kind of see what I got going on there. Alrighty, folks. So you see me fumbling with the glass a little bit, and I stopped the camera because I had to move some stuff. But I got it out. I just had to pull this one last piece off right here so I could, I just had to keep turning the glass and working it, and it came up and it came out through through here like this. And you'll see me, I'll drop it back down in there. And I've got the old regulator assembly out right here. It's on the floor. Not much to look at. There's the window track that the cable would normally hook onto. It goes over these little pulleys. You can see the pulley assembly. It's a little easier to see it in the shade. And then here's the window motor, which has the cables that pretty much actuate it. It makes this thing kind of cousins to a chicken house, really. It's got cables operating the doors that open the flappers up. Anyhow, so now we're going to have to start reinstalling everything. So let's see how this goes. If we can get this to go somewhat smoothly. I'll move some of my hardware here. I'll try to feed all this back in here. And I'll be retaining everything with bolts. These nuts and bolts that does all the work after this. Just have to hold your mouth right to get it in there. All right. Stick it in the wrong way. Top side. Okay, we'll get right in real time, folks. hold these. And so I've got it kind of in there. You can, yeah, you can see what we got. Now we got some of these nuts right here to hold it in with, and we'll use the short ones, you know, in this, so that we don't have any things that poke through. Kind of lay everything out just to see what I've got. I'm just kind of laying it, these. That's for the window. The longer ones, there's a series of different length bolts when you get these nuts and bolts, and so that will be longer ones for the window, pretty short. So now we just gotta drop one. So I'll probably cut the camera while I bolt this all in, because you don't need to see me. You don't need to see me like this. No, see how this goes here, because I'll drop stuff. Yeah, I got one there. Okay, we're doing good. We're not. It's kind of a tight quarter in there. In here. The trick's gonna be getting the window back in. It's kind of a tight squeeze getting it out, but it's doable if you just take your time. Don't get in a hurry with anything. So where we're at now is we've just got to finish bolting in some of this stuff here. We'll be putting our other retaining bolt here. Then I'll slide the glass down. I'll try to get that in camera shot when I slide it down in there. We're just going to be really careful with it. And we'll be, let's see here. And you won't even know I cut the, watch this. Here we go. Okay, so what I use to get, when you get the glass ready to get in, put back in, you're going to be, you'll see these sticking up or sticking out like this. And of course that was flush. I just wanted to see how this would work. And I used my side cutters and just kind of got up underneath it and I just worked it out of there. So that's how I got those out. And like I said, the longer bolt there will go for these windows. Now, I would suggest Loctite on the nuts when you put these on, because you really don't want to over tighten these. These are to have a spacer inside of there to stop these from tightening down so much. However, that spacer is made out of plastic, and so you can tighten your nut down too much, pinch this down, shatter this glass. So you really just need to get it good and snug. When you feel it stop, that's where you need to stop it at. You need to have some Loctite on it, and if you've got an extra, some hardware, if you've got room on your stud, just put a bolt over top of it to keep it locked in. That's just kind of how it goes, how you would work with this stuff right here, because I have over tightened one of these and broke that glass. So anyhow, we'll get set up over here. I guess let's see here if I can set it up and you can see what I'm doing. We'll try that right there. Okay, hopefully this goes kind of smooth, getting her down in there. So that's her is in the glass. I'm coming in from the front side. There was only one way it was coming out. And you really don't want to force this because this glass can break. Hopefully we don't do that on camera. We'll try this way, but I remember getting it out the front. So to be told. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. Had to. We got it in there. We came in from the back side. You just want to not let go of the glass and let it drop. That's the main deal. We can put this piece of trim back in over here. Start. There was a couple other little doodads I had to take loose inside the door, and I'll show you. Well, I ended up coming in from this side, so for some reason I thought I meant come out that, but anyhow. So I've got to reattach some of the original track that's in here. To aid my getting this out, there was a piece of this track which I've got it leaned up inside of here. Let's see if I can get this behind the glass. It's this window track. I'll get it in position and I'll show you guys. Here's that piece of track. This is a section of it right here. I just pull, and there's a bolt that holds it on right there, and you can actually see inside of here. It's the one that runs right here. You can take that out, and it makes where you can turn the window a little bit to get it out. And I've loosened this one up over here on the inside, right here, just enough so that I'm gonna have to put the glass back in to the track now. So let's see if I can't do this and look good doing it, or somewhat accomplished anyhow. Let's see. Let me set this camera up here. Okay. All right. I've got this one tight. So now I just got to play a tipping game to kind of slide this thing in place. I think I got it. I think I got it there. Okay. Okay. You see my little block of wood that I've got in place up there, maybe? Maybe. Well, no, almost. It's hard to. I got that block of wood keeping the glass suspended in animation. Of course, now I need to get this bolted to this window track. And so to access it, there's a hole through here, and I can get through this. So really, I'm going to have to raise this up, which means I got to temporarily kind of plug some stuff in. Plug in the window switch real quick. I'll find a. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just isn't the same. Yeah, that one goes there. That one. Let's see. There we go. All right. Good sign. I can get to both of my retaining bolts. Okay, so here we go. The answer is phone. All right, we're back. back in doing this here. Now I'll just kind of allow this to travel down just a little bit there and all. And while I'll set this one up once I get it the window track bolted in, or the bolted into the window lift here. Okay. I think we'll go the bolts through this way because I don't think there's anything on the inside of the door to catch these. The rivets went that way as well, and they were flat. So we'll go the same direction. I'll apply some liberal Loctite just because I think it feels good to have it on there. It makes me feel good. Of course, the Loctite is not liquid anymore. Let's see here. There we go. We'll put a lot of that on there. Yeah. I just don't want that to come loose once it's installed, because that would make me look really bad. I'll use a analog wrench for this. I don't want to use my impact gun and over tighten the hardware they're holding that. I'm using a lot of this Loctite because this will actually kind of fill in the gap too. A lot heavier, it really will. It'll be a pretty reliable installation once that's all done. Oh, I don't think I moved the camera a little bit. You still see, guys? There we go. we'll make a minor adjustment here and there. I think because I have to get that to go over just a little bit. This kind of stuff is always kind of wonky. You have to move things around once you get where you figure out where things need to be. Right. And the stuff that they make nowadays just isn't like it used to be. This will never be as good as an OEM factory part that was in it. But what you have to work with nowadays. There we go. And so I will take this, make sure we're all the way up and over, and we'll put that in there. We'll secure that and flopper, please. Okay. We must get the ratchet. They say on this window we're going to use this analog tool for it. I'm going to be really careful with this. That's going to be it right there, guys. I'm not going to grab the end of that ratchet and turn it. I'm just going to use my twisty lefty power, or righty power. Use my right hand. Get my left and right mixed up. Under certain circumstances, that'd be the case. All right, so now I can reapply my voltage going down here at the bottom. Where they gave me a Phillips for that. Now, hope you can still see. Okay. Is it going to work? Will it go up and down? Let's find out. Okay. Yeah. That worked, but I feel like there's gets pretty tight there. I don't know what's going on with that. We're in the track all the way. There's not a whole lot of adjustment there. We'll see if we can't. So I think we need to do just a little bit of minor adjustment, and I'll cut the camera because I'll have to move the track a little bit around. I want this to work a little bit smoother. So we'll be right back in just 1 second. You won't even know I'm gone. Well, guys, after doing some adjusting, the most I can adjust on it, these just, like I say, aftermarket parts are kind of wonky, but this isn't too bad. Not bad, not bad. Not much else I can do. That's it. The rubber that surrounds the windows right here can kind of swell a little bit and cause issues, but it's definitely working now. And I even put a liberal amount of grease on the track just because there was none on it. Now there's more than enough. It'll be all right. It won't get on the window at all. It'll stay there, stay put. And so we'll clean the window up. We'll put the little, this goes back down in here like that. And then I've got that little other piece of inside trim, which has got to go first. Get ahead of myself, guys. But anyhow, matter of fact, I'll tell you what we'll do. What we'll do when I get this a little bit more together, we'll come right back. All right, guys and gals and gazettes and gazelles and stuff. Got it all back together. The old flopping panel's on there pretty good. There's not much we can do with that. There's the handle you pulls up here, so that's fine. We'll get the window nice and shiny, clean. You can see through it, and like I say, it works. It's not as, really, the car here is just kind of got a lot of miles on it, and it's been used pretty good. And like I say, a lot of people's hands have been into this before I've ever got into it. So we've got it working. I think it'll be fine for a while. We've got it adjusted the best we can. But that's a window replacement in this old 2001 Lincoln. Sure enough, she'll roll on for a while. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate all you wonderful people for watching We'll Fix It Team. We will fix America. Thank you guys. Lots of love, guys in control.